Happy Friday, witches. Ocean and I will be your altar crew today. This live divination ceremony is brought to you by the Unbound Witches of Bright and Dark. And now would be a great time for Ocean to give us a voice of God style announcements.
Welcome to the Voice of God announcements. This week at the Resource Center, we have SAS on Sunday. This is a spirituality and support symposium where we have connective conversations about what we're thinking about what's going on in the world, about our shadow work and whatnot. We hold SAS on Sunday at 11 Pacific time and 2 Eastern Standard Time. On Wednesday, we have Magic Moves, which is a 45-minute movement offering from the Unbound. This class is designed to wake up the body, lift the spirit, and connect us as community. No experience needed. We hold this Wednesday at 6 a.m. Pacific time and 9 a.m. Eastern time. And that's what we have going on this week. Back to you, Jen Marie.
I can't help but make it weird, guys. It's kind of the way that I flow. My brain has been on fire since last weekend. That was why I couldn't do the divination ceremony 2 days last weekend, is because my physical body is processing all of the information that I'm getting. And so it puts my body into overstimulation and overwhelm. And I have to, or I get to show up for my body in a more supportive way when that happens. And the cool thing about, one of the many cool things about the Unbound, which is Bright and Dark, is what happened last weekend. It's one of the things, one of our strong points is that we are one. We are united in our purpose, and we're able to just kind of step in for each other. Half of the 9 witches in the Unbound would be considered disabled through the lens of the big Cappy Pappy. And so in order for us to thrive, we have to have very specific support. We're able to do what we do, which is massive. We collectively facilitate and steward an international community of neurodivergent witches. And yeah, it is absolutely a team and collective effort. No one of us could do it ourselves. It takes all of us to do it. And the way that Ocean was able to just come and step into this particular ceremony that we do was powerful. And big thank you to Ocean for that. It is being perceived on this level is a very heavy working. it is. And I am greatly looking forward to when more of the Unbound are able to come into these lives and show up for you. It's amazing. They are amazing. We're doing very, very big things this year. And we are wanting you to be a part of it as much as you are wanting to. Let's do this. This is a collective divination ceremony. We are asking, where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? As a witch born of shadow, my life is my practice. Every choice I make, every catalyst that I engage with is a part of my practice. It influences my magical workings and my lived experience in massive ways. So when you are capable of doing anything, getting some guidance on where to focus your attention is kind of some next level stuff. So that's what we're doing collectively. And I do this a little differently than what you are accustomed to, because I am very intentionally centering your relationship with your intuition. because that's what's required in order for you to repair your relationship with your intuition. And it's spaces like this that give us that sweet, sweet validation that we are a lot more connected than we have been made to believe. And I refuse to do this divination ceremony in such a way that I refuse to engage with you as if you don't have access to the same information that I do. So there. All right, Coven. Grab your decks and spread them. Let's pull some cards. I only read for witches. That I should probably let you guys know too. I don't do readings for Gen Pop. So that's the thing. One more time. Where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? We have been pulling the same 5 cards for a month now. Ooh, the 2 of Swords reversed. So remember that this placement is where does our attention need to be in order to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice. Okay. Remember that as I read this to you. As I'm reading this to you, ask yourself if your guides were using this card to communicate something about a facet of your life. What are they talking about? We've gotten this card at least 2 times since January. And we do this every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. This spring, I mean, it makes perfect sense why this card is coming up. This whole experience of feeling like you're caught in the middle of something that you don't even need to be. That you being stuck in the middle of it is actually making whatever situation worse. You trying to keep the peace and being the middle guy and the one that's keeping everyone cool is a problem. There's this term in communication, I guess, called triangulation. It's where you look it up. That would be a great thing for you to do. Look up triangulation. Okay. If you stopped right now, pulled yourself out and let them do what they do, and you did what you felt was right for your life. So all of that energy that you're investing in keeping the peace or being the go-between in some way of 2 different sides, and you're just you're taking on the physical, mental, and emotional labor of the whole group, which is insanely unhealthy and unsustainable. And there's a lot of reasons why we do this, right? Witches, I could go on a rant about that. Witches born of shadow are often the black sheep, cycle breaking queerdos of the family. And many of us have giftings in healing and in supporting communities. So we would tend to get stuck in these dynamics because we have this calling for healing, but we just haven't quite learned when that applies and how that applies. That takes practice and learning that whole thing. Anyway, the decision that you are needing to make between now and 2 weeks, the spring equinox for the Northern Hemisphere witches is in a couple of weeks. Okay. You need to decide the seeds that you are planting this year. What are you going to invest your physical, mental, and emotional labor into in order for you to have a life that you are proud of? Right? Not necessarily the life of your dreams, a life that you are proud of. That's super highlighted. Okay. But you have to make the decision. You can't be waiting for someone else to agree or some other group to agree. You have to make a decision for yourself, right? So now we're going to look at what we're in resistance to or in denial of that's actually blocking our flow. The 8 of Cups upright is what we picked, what we selected. Man, words are hard today. This is the card. Remember that this is what we're in resistance to or in denial of that is blocking our flow, our ability to actually engage with this 2 of Swords in a way that is expansive. Grinning like a Cheshire cat isn't like holding back and, this is a good one. This is a really good one, guys. It's a really good one because it's so clear. And I also, it's not lost on me that I just said this, right? That, you had this decision to make, right? That's what the 2 of Swords is talking about. You have this decision to make, and that in order for you to live a life that you are proud of, you're going to have to make this change. But what I'm getting is that you've just always seen yourself as this peacekeeper of sorts, or this go between of 2 opposing sides, and you're trying to keep the peace. You've just always you've always been in that position, even from childhood. You've been the mediator in the family, just trying to keep the peace in some way. But the thing is that the way that you're engaging with this that's not necessarily your calling, or you're applying it in a way that is of an old perspective, and doing the work to shift your perspective and get into alignment with your path is going to require a choice. You have to choose to disengage with this and start making those changes that you are making choices that you're proud of. Okay. But this requires you to step out of your comfort zone. You are very though being in this stuck in the middle of something, being the mediator between 2 sides, or you're seeing it as being in the mediator between 2 sides, that is what you're comfortable. That's what you're accustomed to. But this choice is going to require you to step out of your comfort zone, to let go of that, let go of an old way of engaging with things. Do you see how you do have a higher purpose, and the way that you're engaging with your life is very expensive for you. Physical, mental, and emotional labor is very high to keep that dynamic going. And that's not necessarily what's going to bring you the life that you're actually, is the life of your dreams, right? You're investing in what is safe, and you need to invest in where your heart is calling you, no matter how scary that is. There is a journey forward. Make a choice. Do something different. Reality is not as fixed as you have been made to believe. You are not trapped in your current reality. You have so much. If you only knew how powerful you are, how much influence you actually had on your reality, you wouldn't allow what you allow every single day. You wouldn't put up with it. You are a lot more powerful than you have been made to believe. But it's going to require you to do differently. That is our reading for the day. I will be back tomorrow at the same time to do another reading, and we'll check in again and adjust and do course correction, right? With the new information. That's it. Remember, if you can't be good at it. I'll see you tomorrow morning.